ladies and gentlemen? I'm Dan Thornton. I'm bringing you the first 2023 Bulldogs Beat podcast. I'm joined here by three guests from the softball and baseball team. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
My name is Parker Stinnett, and glad to be here. This is going to be fun.
Marco Martinez, member of the baseball team.
And I'm Bailey Davis.
All right. I want to take it back just for somebody who doesn't know y'all and where guys give us some insight on where y'all from and what brought you here.
I'll go first. So I'm from California, Southern California to be exact. Got recruited about 2 years ago when I was in the portal. And I turned it down to transfer to a different school, and Barry stayed in contact with me, Coach Barry, that is. And he really made an effort to get to know me, and he put an effort into recruiting me as well as getting me here. So, I mean, that was my biggest decision for
Did that play
here.
a part in you coming here?
Yeah, just having a relationship with him.
What did he do to?
I mean, he would just ask me simple questions, things I liked, things I didn't like, and I knew it was all just questions, probably just to see what kind of character I had and like the type of person I was. So I mean, most coaches I've had at the other schools I've been at, they don't really care too much to get to know you as a person. They just care if you play or not.
I'm from Sorry Daisy, Tennessee. If you don't know where that's at, it's close to Chattanooga.
Okay.
Yeah. I got recruited my senior year of high school, and so I've been here since 2019. So I've been here for a while.
Yeah.
Finally a senior.
Okay.
Thank the Lord. Yeah. But so yeah, I've been on the softball team ever since.
What leaps did you make from coming here? Why here?
Well, my dad, he played here. He played baseball. I think he played in '96, I'm pretty sure. So he was a big part of why I came here. I didn't really know this place existed if he didn't tell me about it. But, yeah, so I used to see, like, his jerseys and stuff like that growing up. And then once I decided I wanted to play college ball, this was one of the places I looked at. And just so happens they liked me. So, yeah, here I am.
That's great.
I'm from not too far away. I'm Knoxville,
Okay.
Tennessee. How I got here, I hit the portal, kind of like Marco did, my sophomore year, after my sophomore year of college. And I got to hearing from a few schools and then heard from Tennessee Wesleyan. I heard from them in high school, but never really gave them the time of day. Couldn't really tell you why. But
Where did you go?
out of high school, I went to JUCO, Walter State.
Okay, Walter State. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, got a call from Coach Sterner, Coach Barry, and they said, "We know you like to win, and that's what we do here. This is what we want.
Yeah.
If you want it, come on." And it's pretty the rest is history.
Wow,
So,
that's crazy.
but yeah, I love it.
So they didn't have any idea of selling you on the program, like.
No, I kind of always knew about the program. They've always been successful. Like everybody, pretty much knows that. But yeah, that's about it.
I wanted to ask y'all, what was the biggest challenge you faced transitioning from high school baseball to college baseball?
I just think the expectations are a lot higher.
Pertaining to what exactly?
Just like how you have to hold yourself on the field, off the field, during practice, in games, in training. It's a lot more effort, I feel, than in high school. In high school, it's kind of just like you're there. I mean, you're on a high school team. You're practicing every day, but you're not really training every day. You're not really having to do everything on your own and make sure you're doing it. In high school, it's kind of like all like planned for you.
Yeah, I'd say the speed of the game as well is a big factor. And playing here at Tennessee Wesleyan, the expectation aspect of it too, like we're expected to play at a certain speed. That way other teams can't keep up, pretty much is our expectation. So I feel like that plays a big part in it as well.
I agree with the speed of the game. I think just softball-wise, softball is a pretty fast-paced sport anyways, but coming to college, it's so much faster, and definitely it's more mentally taxing than it was in high school, because in high school it's like if you play a college sport, then in high school you're more than likely just the best of the best, and so you didn't really have to put that much effort into it or anything. But then once you come to college, I mean, it's like all of the best from high school are now playing in college. So it's like you've got to work a lot harder, and it's definitely a lot more mentally taxing, but I like it a lot more. So
What do y'all think y'all have done individually to separate yourselves from the pack to get to that level?
I feel mentally I've like upped my game because I feel like both baseball and softball it's a lot of like mental more than physical. Like you could train as much as you want, but if you can't tell yourself you could do it, you probably won't do it.
Yeah, so confidence probably most.
Because it's both games are like the games you fail the most in, and it's okay to fail as much as we do. So if you could deal with that and just keep like pushing through it, I feel like that's how you kind of separate yourself from the pack.
I'd say like routine comes into like into into it for me because like if you get off a routine or you get a routine, you go at it for a week, you feel good about it, and then you get off and you're like, oh, something doesn't feel right. If you keep a routine coming like into college ball and stuff, like it helps you stay on top of everything as well. You know what you need to do and what you're not supposed to be doing, and if something doesn't feel right, okay, well, I need to get that out of my routine or change my routine. You know?
Do you think you had to amp your routine up when you got from high school
I
to
would
college?
say in high school didn't really even have a routine. I just show up to school, leave early. If I want to call my mom, hey, can I get Chick-fil-A for lunch? Or on here you don't have Chick-fil-A, but yeah, I would say high school was just like show up and go, and now you have to kind of plan ahead.
And specifically for you, because I think these two came out of high school. You went to JUCO first. Was that routine in junior college different pertaining to like how hard y'all worked rather than college?
I would say it's pretty similar. I would say for the JUCO I specifically went to because they were successful JUCO as well. But the routine aspect, it definitely changed going into JUCO. But I feel like it's definitely better than it was. I feel like I have a better understanding of what I need to do to be ready for certain things and prepared. So I feel like that's pretty good as of right now, routine wise.
For me, I think I just had to experience like what it means to play college ball to actually learn what I need to do to like prepare to play at this level. So like my very first college game, I remember sitting in the dugout and I was just amazed at the sport and like what it takes to actually play at this level. And once I realized that, it was like I did have to get on more of a routine, like Parker said, and I started training a lot more, and I realized because I'm a pitcher, so I realized it's going to take a lot more than just pitching a couple times a week, and that's it. You've got to mentally prepare for the teams that you're going to play against, and you know that you're playing against the best of the best, and so it's just trying to mentally prepare as well as physically prepare and having that routine set in place.
Okay, yeah, that was great. I think mentally in any sport, that's the most important part. Because if you don't believe you can do it, no one can. I wanted to ask y'all, what is the most memorable game you have played in, and why?
I'll start with I will start with Idaho as a whole. Last year was pretty fun. Like going to the World Series, that was one of the funnest moments of my life. But the last game, even though we lost, it was a nail biter. Anything of that nature you want to describe it as? Like it was probably the best and most fun I've ever had on a baseball field. Like even though the outcome wasn't what we wanted, it was like wow, this is
The atmosphere.
knit and grit. Your best nine on each side going at it for the trophy, so to speak. And yeah, I mean that was pretty fun for me.
Probably mine was senior year of high school. We actually won CIF, which is like the high school championship in California.
Okay, so like kind of like state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we won the southern section for Division II, which is the second best division, but still a pretty good division nonetheless. And I don't know, we played at Cal State Fullerton on a college field, and we actually got to play against our crosstown rivals. So like it was another high school team from Pasadena who we got to play. where most of my friends went to high school. So I was playing against a bunch of my friends. So it kind of felt like we were young kids again, playing against each other in like a backyard, but at the same time we were playing for something like much bigger. So that made it like very memorable for me, and even winning it after that, it blew my mind.
That probably felt like a movie.
Yeah, it was dude. We had more people. We packed out the entire stadium, like people from Pasadena, news like reporters, all this stuff. It was like live. It was like on live TV and like on a network in Pasadena. Like it was like the biggest thing to talk about. And the same day I had graduation, so like I literally had to win.
Oh,
win
wow, you can't
CIF,
make
and
it
then
up.
rush back to the graduation. Like we showed up late. It was pretty fun though.
Oh, that's crazy.
My most memorable game was probably semifinals at the conference tournament last year. We were playing Bryan College, and it was the semifinals. It wasn't the championship game to see who would go to the World Series, but they're like our rival, and so we were neck and neck all year on who was going to be like number one in the conference, and so it was a big deal for us to beat them, and it was a really big game. It was a very close game. We won off of a home run, off of
Wow.
one of their best pitchers, and she ended up getting pitcher of the year, and so just winning against that good of a pitcher and like seeing all of our hard work pay off, and eventually we went to the World Series. Like that was one of the biggest games that we had all year, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of that.
And it's crazy y'all said that because I think last week you hit a walk off, right?
Yeah, I did.
So in my comparison, when I see a walk off or somebody hit a walk off, it's like in basketball, it's like hitting a game winner or a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
So what's going through your mind when you're at the bat and the game is on the line like that?
In that moment, I knew I was gonna hit the ball. I mean, I was having a really good day, so like the whole day was really good. I'm seeing the ball. It looked like a watermelon. Like everything everything I saw was coming in, and I was just seeing it. You know, like I wasn't overthinking. I wasn't trying to do too much.
I think everybody else in the dugout kind of knew it too. Like this dude's been on it all day. Like it's drawn up. Like you couldn't have drawn it up any better.
So what's the feeling like? So so is it like you just crawl? So you got to go around all the bases, right? And
I
then-
don't have to. Once the winning runner crosses home, it's game. Like it's free game. That's why like after that they just started rushing me, and I just tried to get out of there as fast as
So
possible.
that feeling's more memorable. Is it not more memorable than being in high school? Because this is like a higher level.
Yeah, it is
So-
a higher level. It was definitely a memorable moment. Like I would never forget what happened
Okay.
last weekend. But I mean, I just want to keep doing that every weekend.
Yeah,
It's just fun.
consistency kills. I have to ask y'all, what has been the biggest influence on your baseball career and why?
That's a very good question.
It's a tough question.
Biggest influence.
Yeah, what insinuates like it just like, man, I gotta get up, man. I gotta do this. Like there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You know, there's no reason why I can't. Like the influence, like the biggest thing to just make you keep going.
I think it's my family. Honestly,
Really?
like I was allowed to play baseball my entire life, and just like having them be there to support me and like tell me like, oh, like they would never be like, oh, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. They would tell me like, oh, you're not working hard enough, or you're like, you need to work harder, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Kind of holding me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like them are like pretty much my biggest influence, because I feel like if I don't work hard or if I'm not doing things right, then I'm letting them down.
I agree. The family aspect for me definitely hits as well. The teammate aspect definitely helps as well, because if it's not going well, your teammates are like, "Hey, don't even worry about it." Like you have, I think somebody told me the other day, like it's not like you have 250 something at bats left in the season, like. Because I do. Like, you have 200 and something ABs left, and I was struggling, and they were like, don't even worry about it, man. Like, you probably have never even done that bad in your life.
Yeah.
Just keep going. So, like, the teammate aspect is definitely big, especially when you get new teammates. Like, I didn't even know Marco until when? August?
Yeah, August.
And just like the compatibility, just getting each other, and then
It's crazy to see how, like how far, just like, for example, me and Marco have come since August. Like, we feel like we've been teammates forever.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I've known him since I was like a kid.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
So the teammate aspect definitely is a high for me, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with both of y'all, taking both my answers over here. But
Cap.
but the family aspect, definitely my dad has always been a big influence on me. I mean, he was a pitcher too, so he knows like the mental game behind things. So he's always kept me in check and kept me motivated. And then definitely the teammates. I mean, I don't know if I'd keep on playing if I didn't have the teammates that I have. So they're awesome. And honestly, just being on the softball field it's almost like a safe place, I guess. Whenever you start playing and you really love and enjoy the game, it's like the place where your mind just calms and you're just focusing on the game that you love. And so, I mean, that motivates me because if I have like a tough week in the classroom or just in life in general, I know that, hey, I've got a game coming up or I've got practice later and I can just calm my mind and focus on the sport that I really love. So,
That's right. And y'all love y'all sport. To the point, I wanted to ask y'all, what are your goals once you're done playing baseball? And what advice would you give that high schooler or that kid that's probably sitting at home who thinks his chances of playing college baseball are over?
I'll answer that second question first. I would just tell him that it's never over until you want it to be over. You know, like if you want it to be over, then you're not putting the effort into it, then you should probably have it be over. But if you think that there's no chance because all this work you're going to put in is not fitting right now, it's not coming together right there in that moment, then you just got to keep doing it until it does click, until you can't play no more. So I feel like there's a college career at any level for anyone. There's all these divisions you could go to. There's junior college. I mean, I went to a junior college too, so like I told everyone at my high school, like I always go back and talk to my high school because my coach always wants me to like just get them going or just tell them something. And I say if you really want to know if you could play college baseball, you should go to junior college because if you can't play at junior college, then you probably shouldn't play anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree because like you said, it's not over until like you want it to be over. Like the cards are in your hands for as long as you want them. Until you fold them things down, it's up to you, regardless of like you have help along the way, sure, but like kind of like our coach said the other day, he was like, we only go as far as we take us, as in the players, and I mean he's right. Like I'm only gonna walk across the street if I want to walk across the street. Nobody's gonna make me walk across the street, you know. So like, do it if you want to do it. Do it if you don't.
And baseball isn't for everybody, and people have to figure that out through college or wherever life takes them. That they might have something set up, and then it goes different where everybody has a certain purpose. I understand that.
I've got to stop answering last because they take my answers.
Cap.
I will say I definitely think there's a difference between college baseball and college softball in the way that we're recruited and stuff. And so I definitely feel like it's a different process, but kind of the same. But in the way that it's the same, it's just you got to work hard. You got to put the work in. And, I mean, there's a lot more opportunities now to play softball than there used to be. And so if you work hard at it and you put yourself out there, that's like the biggest thing, honestly, is just putting yourself out there and making yourself known. If you don't put the work in and you don't, like, maybe go and talk to coaches, go to camps and stuff like that, then you're not going to get recruited. But if you put the work in and you work hard and it's something that you're passionate about, then I mean, you'll get there.
Okay, I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all have any pregame rituals y'all do before y'all games? And I say pregame rituals, I mean like with teammates, like maybe I say with basketball, maybe we like I have to have a nap before the game. Like I have to nap like an hour. I have to get my mind right just so I can lock in into a point where I'm focused. Maybe like put some headphones on, like what's a certain song.
I don't eat.
You don't eat?
Yeah. I don't like to eat.
Like the whole day?
No, like I mean, usually our games are in the afternoon, so I would just thug it out in the morning. I like to show up with an empty stomach so that everyone knows I'm hungry.
So fasting,
Yeah.
basically.
I'll eat during the game though. Like I always bring like fruit, but once I will not eat until like game time. Like if I need a little like Sour Patch Kid, I'll eat a Sour Patch Kid.
That's correct. I've heard fasting before workouts, but before a game, it makes your mind sharp. So I can understand that.
I have to play in 2 pairs of socks. It's like
Yeah.
a superstition type thing. It's my routine, I would say. So
Is it a lucky pair of socks?
no, it's just like I have like 4 or 5 pairs of like blue socks that we have to wear. But like if I'm not wearing 2 pairs of socks, like my cleats don't fit right. I don't feel right. I probably won't play good. Like it's got to be 2 pairs of socks every time. 2 pairs of socks. That's my thing.
I definitely have like an individual routine, but we have like a team routine that we do, and especially on away trips, there are certain performances that have to go on before our games.
Certain performances.
Performances, yes. So we have basically like a playlist of songs that have to play on the bus for everyone to hear. And like one of them is like the Hotel Motel song. We all have to listen to that. We have to dance to that. And then right before we get off the bus, this is where my performance comes in. I have to get up in front of everyone and sing the song Shoop by Salt and Pepper, if you know that song.
Yes,
I don't know if
that
you do,
song.
but
Is it like the shoop
yes,
that one?
yes, that one, yeah. So we have to do that, and if I don't do that, then we just don't feel right getting ready to go and play. So
Can you sing us a portion of that song for us here?
sorry, no, I
Okay.
cannot.
Coming up on this last question, I wanted to ask Bailey first because she's been answering last.
Thank you.
What are 5 things you can't live without?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to answer this one first.
Nitty gritty.
What you mean, like in general, or like
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
softball field,
No,
or
just like for you as a person, if they were to say, all right, you have to pick 5 things, and then the rest of these 5 things you can keep. What are the 5 things that you just can't live without?
can we exclude like food and water? Because
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah,
I kind of
alright, so
need
for
that
me,
to
I would
live.
say 5 things I can't live without. I would say obviously basketball. I say like fashion, like my hoodies and stuff. Video games, fruit snacks.
Fruit
and-
snacks,
yeah,
that's
fruit-
good.
I need my fruit snack.
Yeah.
Probably my coconut water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. This might sound cliche. My family is a big one. I can't live without them. So does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Go
Do
for
I
it.
need to pick
People-
something else?
It's your
Yeah,
5 things. It's
yeah,
your
it's
five.
like
Things, like not
yeah,
people.
Yeah, not people. Things like
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. I'm struggling over here.
All right.
Think of anything.
For
fake
sure, I
stumps
for
are
sure
kinda
cannot live
rough.
out without In-N-Out Burger. Like,
and
yeah,
okay.
like if In-N-Out gets taken out of the West Coast, I might have to like, I don't know, just end my life. I wouldn't be able to live without it. No.
Athens has cookout.
2, sandals. Like I love sandals.
Yes, sandals are very comfortable.
Like if I can't wear sandals, I don't like wearing shoes. I'd rather just be like barefoot, and like sandals is like the closest thing I could get to being barefoot.
Absolutely. Unless it's a special occasion, I wear shoes. But other than that, I need to be
My
comfortable.
conditioner for my hair. 'Cause if I don't
Okay.
condition my hair, it's gonna be messy, and I don't like that. It gets knotted and nappy and stuff, and not up for it. Is that 3, right?
Yeah.
4th one would be definitely eggs. I love eggs.
Yes.
Tell them what you do with the eggs.
Yeah, we should hit on that.
We should
They think I'm
elaborate.
psycho because I don't eat eggs. I drink them.
Yeah.
Raw eggs.
Raw egg consumption is to each his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works for me. It doesn't work for others.
Yeah.
I got the stomach of a goat.
Yeah.
My 5th one would be books. My books. I can't live without my books.
What books do you read? Or
I don't know. It's like a wide range of stuff. I don't like fiction because it's just like it's not real.
yeah.
So I would guess like if I were to say anything like historical stuff, but like
Mhm.
Also, like journalistic type writing, just people's own accounts of certain experiences. Novelists, like I like Hemingway.
Okay.
Aldous Huxley's pretty dope. Hunter S. Thompson. I mean, I'll read anything if you give it to me. Those are my 5.
I'll go.
That's fine. I'll go last again.
Oh no! If you're
No,
ready,
no,
are
no,
you
no.
ready now?
No, I am ready now, but you go ahead. I don't think you're going to steal mine.
Okay, well, I
think we're
hope
good.
not.
I think we're good.
Number one, I always have to have some chapstick. Chapstick is
Yes, chapstick.
if my lips get dry, I freak out.
That'd be my 6th.
2, I don't go anywhere without this watch. It's a very special watch. Got it at Walmart for $15, and it is the best watch I've ever had in my life. I don't go anywhere without it. I would say 3, probably my hats. I have like countless amount of hats. So I probably have 100 hats in my apartment
Wow.
here. Probably 300 more at home. I'm a
Hats,
collector.
like, just
Like
like
I have hats I don't even wear. I just gotta have them. Like if I see a hat and I like it, I just gotta buy it. More recently, cookout for me. You said in and out, but it's cookout for me because like
Are you getting the cookout tray?
multiple.
getting everything.
Multiple
a
cookout
lot.
trays.
everything.
I spend way too much money.
I was so happy when we had a cookout here. My last school didn't have a cookout. We just had McDonald's and Taco Bell. But now that we have a cookout, it's like,
They have 40 different flavors of ice cream. And I'll like instead of going to buy like a pint of ice cream at the grocery store, I'll just go buy a milkshake from Cookout, put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and then have ice cream. Like last night, I bought 3 shakes.
so now you have 3 cups
So
of
I
ice
got
cream.
An Oreo one, a pineapple one, and an M&M one. My girlfriend actually ate the M&M one. So now I only have 2. But yeah, that cookout is definitely a heavy one for me. And then a 5th one. I don't know if I have 5 things. I guess like all right.
What about Gizmo?
No. I would say tobacco for me because I need it. I got it.
Chewing.
I indulged early in life, and that's my problem, and I have to do it every day. But I need it. That's my 5th.
Is it the joint with the gum and you put it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Some dugout joint. Oh, Bailey.
You only took one of mine. One of mine was chapstick.
It's tobacco, huh?
No, not tobacco. Definitely not tobacco. No. So we'll go ahead and say chapstick since
Okay.
you said that. Another thing that I could not live without is hoodies, specifically gray hoodies. I don't know what it is, but I love gray hoodies. I don't have one on right now because I'm about to go to practice later and I don't want to get my gray ones dirty. But a gray hoodie, that's something I cannot live without. Since we're going with food too, potatoes.
Potatoes.
Any type of potato. I love potatoes. I could probably talk for hours about potatoes.
Loaded,
okay?
baked,
Fries,
French. Oh, anytime.
baked potatoes,
Scalloped.
mashed potatoes. Yeah, that works too. Sweet potatoes. I mean, there's so much you can do. Hash browns. I mean, come on. You can have a potato for every meal of the day. You can.
Yes,
It would not be
Tacos.
healthy for you, but potato. That's 3. 4th is a water bottle of any kind. I am basic right now, and I do have a Stanley, like every other white girl in America right now. But a water bottle, I have to have one with me at all times. I don't know. I need a 5th one. Give me an idea.
Something you just can't live without. Like, if you had to pick
This
it,
is
I don't
this
know.
is you.
I
This is
don't
you.
know.
like, how do you live life without this 5th thing?
Oh, this is gonna sound terrible. I need a journal, something to write
Yeah,
in. I'm
yeah.
a big writer, so
Okay.
if I didn't have a journal, I'd probably go crazy. Or like my notes app on my phone. I need my notes app. Yeah, that's my 5 things.
Yeah, journaling is really good. I journal too. That's like a mental thing. Any closing remarks or goals y'all have for the finish out the end of the season?
Natty champs.
Ring me up.
Natty champs.
Natty champs for sure.
I'd also like a ring.
Yes, and rings would be great. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming on to the podcast for the Bulldog Beats 2023.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks,
Thank
Sam.
you for having us.